All right, I shall lead the hopping right in by apologizing to Aiden that last time I was supposed to give him information, and instead I didn't do that because his downtime was get information, uh,
Yeah,
and
come on.
then and then we proceeded to just hop right into the next thing without that. So before we hop back into the thing that was the next thing, let's give Aiden some information.
Ooh,
Aiden,
yes.
you desired to go over your clown footage.
Yes.
I will allow you 3 questions about your clown footage,
Oh,
and you may.
dang it. I haven't thought about this in like 3 weeks. Okay.
I will allow you some time to think about your clown questions, and you may ask them one at a time, while I give you a few other little pieces of tidbits. The
Okay.
first piece of tidbit is I regret to inform you that you have not read the entirety of the Ars Goetia. You have
Okay.
found tidbits of it through various research, and in addition to knowing the symbol for person and the one you have just found, which I can't remember how to pronounce off the top of my head, you have 2 additional uh, symbols you know. Please
Okay.
roll me 2d77s.
D77.
Yes.
What shape is that?
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know.
I've
The
never
computer does it, so we don't really care.
a 2D77.
Some kind of eldritch shape.
Okay. That
35 and 20. Great. Let me now
oh,
realize I have to count these.
oh, I think it's Arabis, right?
Yes, Arabis is the other one. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Thank you for rolling relatively low numbers.
Hey, you're welcome. It was intentional.
The other 2 you know of are Lasia and Bodis.
Oh my gosh. Pages, if you autocorrect one more thing I type, I'm losing my
Yeah,
mind.
Pages might actually really hate this game.
No, oh my gosh. Not boots, Botus. All right. Uh okay. I guess my first question is so the clown, I'm really interested in what he's wearing, specifically if it kind of matches up with that picture of the parents with the eyes scratched out and the arm that's reaching over to them with the gloves and the weird looking outfit that we don't see.
Sure. Let me uh, get you the exact description of the clown.
Oh boy.
As I aggressively scroll, I sometimes wish I had the physical book, and I bring it up quite frequently. Mostly because my PDF is not loading as quickly as I'd like it to, so I keep scrolling so fast I get into like black pages.
Damn, you need a new processor.
Nah, it's because it's a PDF uploaded into a word processing thing so that it can be side by side with my other stuff.
Oh,
So I'm not really using the most effective PDF manager.
yeah, that's fair.
Uh, all right. So, the clown. The clown was a child in coveralls covered in geometric shapes, filled with various colors, and a giant clown head. It was more colorful than this particular arm, as it was. Imagine a clown that also, you know, that patterning that is like old style bowling alleys, by which I mean now for the game contemporary bowling alleys.
Yeah.
Imagine a clown decided to wear bowling alley carpet.
That I would wear that. That's amazing.
So that's kind of what the clown in the park looked like. You would assume that these are different clowns, at least
Okay.
different outfits on the same clown, maybe, but different clown outfits.
Okay. Um so as I kind of look over the footage, I mean, is there anything else that kind of stands out to me
Sure.
of it being particularly odd? I can tell you what I currently have written down as being odd to me if you would like.
Sure.
Uh so basically it's just the clown has an aura. All I have in my notes, curse you, past Aiden, is that Mark spots a clown that has a strange aura in quotes, and then people are standing around it and watching the clown juggle. There's something strangely hypnotizing about it. And then, yeah.
Sure. The clown was juggling, and the
Mhm.
way it wasn't standard juggling, it was almost as if the balls were making a pattern in the air.
Oh my gosh. Do I recognize this pattern?
You do.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You recognize this pattern if you sketch it out to be the same pattern as the one you saw under the napkin that you tore up and gave to Marcus. Unfortunately, if you sketch it out, which you probably have to do, I do need a sanity check from you.
Okay. Dude, Mark is very quickly approaching a mental breakdown.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, hey, we
It
win
is
those.
disconcerting to you.
And that's the yellow sign.
Yes, though Mark wouldn't technically know that wording, I don't think.
Okay. Okay, I will as found under the napkin parentheses. Okay. I guess that means I have one more question. Um Let me see. Let me consult my notes again. I'm sorry, folks.
No, it's all right. And if you don't have a third question about the clown, that is also okay.
I it's still about footage. I captured some footage over the uh um captured some footage in the hotel area, but actually what I'm kind of curious about is I grabbed the film from the projection room, um tried to get as much of it as I could before it um burned. I was wondering how much of that I was able to recover, and if I was able to recover any of it, if I could use my art video production and conversion to see if I can what I can find from it, if there is anything I could salvage from the negatives.
Okay, you've thrown a very good question at me. I'm going to say that's going to take another chunk of time to finish that project because I want to potentially give you something good from it. And
Okay.
I don't have anything to give you off the top of my head that would be satisfactory. So you can do that for another downtime activity in the future. Um,
Okay.
the last thing I will give you is going over the footage from Abigail's apartment.
Hmm.
You notice a receipt for a bookstore called you can't get the full title, but you get like part of it is occult and odyssey and oddities, and you get an address from that is in New York City.
Uh,
Since this is a
okay.
media res of a mission on the other side of the country, we will say you have not gotten a chance to get down there yet.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you. I have taken those notes.
All right. Now that I have fixed my memory error, uh, would anyone like to share what has been going on so far in the current operation?
I can if no one else wants to, although my notes are a bit sparse.
That's okay. Watch this. Hey, Noah, how many things have you written down since the game started?
Dear?
Exactly. That's okay.
Oh, okay. Um, so after about 6 months, we are contacted by Delta Green. Uh, we all meet up at UC Berkeley. I love this. Past Aiden is so funny. Oh boy, comma, it's Marcus. And we are now M cells. Some researchers were reading an academic journal titled Engineering Quarterly, and it was written in the first quarter of 1996. They had made an impossible circuit. Uh, I knew a little bit about electrical engineering, so I walk over to the library, find a chair, and start reading. I can kind of slowly work it out. It's basically there's a graduate student. A group of graduate students are given a project that seems really basic, but the gist of it is nobody's really able to do it except for this one guy named Roshan Singh, and it it turns on before you press it. It seems to be based kind of on the intent to press it. We play around with it a little bit. The circuit seems to be based on the symbol of Arabis. Um, and then we go and we hang out with our boy Roshan for a little bit, and we are doing something that I did not write down. We were getting ready to go do something with him.
I
Um,
believe you were going to introduce him to Marcus because he was interested in doing research.
yes.
And that's one way we could get rid of this problem.
That is the least problematic, perhaps, way you could deal with this. Or you could kill him.
Let's not do that.
Murder.
I mean,
I'm
the
just
closest
saying.
thing to a Fed that we have here is a park ranger. I don't think we're murdering him. Now, if we were FBI, that'd be a lot more likely.
We're not DEA, and he's not a
CIA would
dog.
be guaranteed.
I'll put some actual data in your collection of Ars Goetia names at some point, Aiden, but for now, I'm just marking down that you know them.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep. Oh no. the stickers from this weekend were in my pocket and went through the wash. Rip. Okay, so jumping back in, you all have just finished up talking to Mr. Singh, who has agreed to meet with Marcus. You are aware now that his lab partner is Elijah Fielding, who is, according to Singh, in a mental hospital. You have technically heard that there are 3 grad students who are kind of being flaky, but you have also kind of just done what you were supposed to, in that Singh is willing to meet with Marcus. Are you interested in further research into this weird button? Or what is the incel's opinion on the unnatural? Job's done or more research?
I think we should probably look into it a little more.
I'd like to capture some footage of it.
Okay.
Not really sure what looking into it more would look like.
Well, I mean, we saw how consumed this guy got.
I mean, we did the job we're supposed to, unless they also somehow want us to get the other guy? The mental hospital one?
We'll have to consult our handler for that, I think.
Yeah, I guess let's like drop off this guy and see if he wants more.
All right. You can schedule an appointment to meet up with Marcus the next day in the morning. I believe it is pretty night-ish right now, and you don't have anything that warrants immediate
Yeah, it was like 8 p.m. when we visited.
meetup. So you have the night is yours to party with frat boys again, Ron.
Sweet.
Ron's already gone.
I've infiltrated some kind of strange occult group.
I do
They
think. Oh, good.
they're very clandestine.
I do remember Lydia did specifically make this guy go out with us to buy him like an actual meal and like some sleep stuff so he could actually sleep.
Oh, that's so true.
You know,
All
like
right. Yeah, you can take him for
melatonin and ZQL.
you can make a pretty potent cocktail of sleep aids. I feel
Lydia
so
knows exactly how to do it.
yes, you all can put him to bed.
Her little nightcap every.
Yeah, lots of sleepless nights.
Boy, howdy, I've mixed some drugs.
I have a doctorate.
Oops, all doctorate. All right. Unless there's something you like actually want to accomplish before your meeting, we will jump forward in time. Singh does look better the next day. It's almost as if sleep is something that every human requires on a basic fundamental level.
Bold political
I
stance.
don't know.
You're right. He looks exactly the same. Sleep did no good for him. He is carrying with him, it looks like, 3 copies of the device. Um, they are all exactly the same, but they all work. And as you go to your meeting or meet up for this meeting, Mark, he kind of approaches you and starts rambling about how he wonders how different materials for the circuit would impact it.
Well, I guess my question to you, I'm sorry, does he go by Rashawn or Singh? It doesn't really matter. That's my question for you, Rashawn. Is there actually electricity flowing? Like these
I
circuits, they don't touch in certain areas. They don't connect.
Huh. You're right. So materials shouldn't matter.
I don't think so.
But what if it does?
Well, honestly, I don't think you should worry about it for too much longer. I think you should get some sleep and just kind of move on from this. I know it has a certain gravity to it, but maybe it's best to leave orbit.
That wouldn't make me a very good researcher, would it?
Well, is life all about research?
Yes.
Okay, well, well, do you have an email?
What is that?
Well, dang, I'm really curious about this. Let me know if it works, if you try it. I'd love to know.
All right, you exchange contact information.
But not email.
No. This man is in the past.
Well, it's
Whether
not
he should be or not.
1971, so anyway, sorry.
uh, Marcus shows up at the appropriate time because he always does.
We love him.
And he looks over you all and says, "So this is Mr. Singh?" I take it I take it you would like to discuss employment. And Singh kind of nods and he's like, Marcus looks to you all. Great. Let me talk to my team here real quick and then I will discuss the logistics of that with you. So Sting will step away for a moment and you have Marcus's attention.
Well, so okay. So he says that he wants to consult with his team, and then he just looks at us expectantly.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Classic.
Well, did you you found the man? Did you get any information about this research? No, I don't know if I really want you to tell me. Troublesome, that knowledge.
It's not too bad.
That's good.
It's just a weird doohickey that
A weird doohickey. All right.
then again, you do kind of seem like a nerd. No offense.
Man, I lost the
I might
majority
as well
of that.
tell you, right? You know, like you're here.
Got him.
Okay. Uh,
I mean, it's just weird. It's odd. It turns on before you touch it, but only if you do seriously want to. It's weird.
right.
I'll be honest. I was at a party last night and I couldn't stop thinking about it, guys.
That, honestly, is probably the more concerning part.
Huh?
Do you happen to have one?
Several copies of the device. With,
I pull out the one I made. I put this one together.
What, a doohickey?
thingamajig.
All right. Marcus will look over Mark's doohickey.
Please don't.
No. You all have done this.
I didn't.
He presses the button a few times in the manner that you've seen a few people kind of go about the initial discovery phase of it only works when you intend for it to work. And then he sets it down, looks at all of you. I hate it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty captivating in a sick kind of way.
I hate to ask, but I feel like I'm obligated. Do you have any concept of how it does this?
Magic is my assumption.
Well, I think it's demonic in nature. The circuitry doesn't make any physical sense as we know it, but it is in the shape of the symbol of the demon Orabus.
Marcus looks at you like you are playing with fire. Great.
Which is
Yeah.
weird because we're playing with electricity.
It's more
Fire
just
is
like
plasma.
you're not supposed to be interested in this stuff. You're supposed to be slightly horrified and generally uncomfortable, at least in his mind.
Listen, man, we get weird up in Northern California. I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Well, do you feel like it is contained?
Nope.
I mean, he had a couple friends that were trying to mimic it.
Have you been able to get in contact with them?
I, Thomas, do not remember.
No.
Yeah, no, we have not.
Okay. Not exactly.
All right. Do you feel like that? I suppose the best thing to do would be determine if they have copies of this device still.
It's
If they-
a project that a professor assigns, Professor Duncan.
sorry, to make demonic symbols and circuitry?
To make to make a thing like a circuit that doesn't work but works.
Okay. So the intent of the professor was not necessarily this, in your opinion.
I don't know. We weren't able to talk with him, or I wasn't.
All right. Well, um, by the book, you have accomplished what we were brought here for. So I am happy to write off to send you all home. However, I would hate to have to send a follow-up team out here again. It might be worth determining what the professor's intent was and if there are any loose copies of this device running around that his friends have.
I mean, what do you guys think?
Just thinking of how we can do that. And I'm not sure.
And I guess we could set up a meeting with the professor and talk to Elijah. It didn't seem like any of the other grad students were even close to, excuse me, achieving the goal. So
Speaking briefly, just to help guide in, so that you're. I don't want you guys to feel like you're wandering around with no purpose. Uh, if you aren't sure what you want to do, you could always ask Sing what the intent of the project was. He probably knows.
Okay.
Um,
that's a good idea.
and also, it is fine to say, "No, this is good enough." Not that you have to, just that it is fine too. In some ways, I am trying to determine the interest of the characters in solving
I mean,
or doing the letter of the law.
I kind of am curious who and why decided to write a demonic symbol inside a circuit board.
Well, he didn't know it was a demonic symbol.
Yeah, that's not just something you kind of make up out of nowhere.
Mm.
Like, one of them
Especially if you
brought.
already know about circuits, it's
Yeah, there's like. There's no reason why anyone would put it in there at all unless you kind of knew what it was. So if Sin didn't know what the symbol was, maybe one of the others did.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we want to keep going, then I think we should do so.
Did he say where he found it? Sorry, I couldn't remember.
I don't think you specifically asked him what made him do that particular symbol. You can. He's standing right nearby.
Yeah, let's bring this guy into the conversation.
Okay, you summon Sing to the conversation. So, will we be working together regularly now, or? And Marcus kind of looks at him. No, probably not. Oh, okay. What's up then?
Well, we've got a few questions. First one is, where did you get what was the intention for this particular project? Like, what was the goal? What were you supposed to achieve? Why was it assigned?
The goal was to create a functioning circuit that uh, a functioning circuit that is different than the standard accepted um, parameters. It the field of electrical engineering, at least in the general basis of creating a circuit, does not change. It was kind of a theory crafting, create a better wheel style project.
Did you have any, input from your professor as to like where to start looking? Any ideas, or was it just a hey, here's a problem, go solve it?
He said if we could find an option that was shorter than the standard circuit array, we would automatically pass the class.
That's interesting because this method requires a lot more circuitry than a standard, you know, switch.
Yeah. Um, I kind of lost the plot a little bit, at least for the purpose of doing a smaller one. I wasn't getting where I wanted to with that, so I was trying to design the most unique something thing I had seen. I thought if you could connected it here and here, it might go straight through. It might jump a little bit. So I was trying to do multiple points where I thought the circuit could potentially jump.
I mean, like, do you mean like with an electrical arc?
Yeah.
Well, that
Didn't
sounds like a fire hazard.
well, look, when you've been working on the same project for 2 weeks and you're terrified of failing the class because you can't really afford to retake it, um, you get a bit loopy.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it happen.
Um, Elijah was really big on tweaking the design. He helped a lot with it. He kept um, saying it reminded him of something and changing it just a little bit until we got kind of where we're at.
Did he ever say what it reminded him of, or
I don't feel like he actually knew. Um,
okay?
it seemed to be something, when something like scratches at your brain, like you almost remember.
Mm-hmm.
I he just constantly seemed on the edge of that. And as you guys sit there, thanks, Loden, you watch him kind of reach across the table to the circuit in front of Marcus and press it mindlessly.
Did you have anything like that? Did you think you recognized the symbol or had seen it somewhere before? Or was it completely foreign?
Uh, it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Until you called it a symbol, I wasn't thinking of it as such.
Hmm. I mean, that's kind of all the questions that I have off the top of my head. If anybody else wants to jump in while we've got him here.
It sounds like partner might know where the origin of the symbol is.
Yeah. Though I don't know if it'll be much help to you.
Hmm.
Uh,
What's his state?
well, bad enough his parents pulled him out of school, which is no small feat when you're in grad school. They don't usually let parents just do that when you're that far into adulthood, and throw him
Right.
into a hospital. I I haven't gotten a chance to go out and see him yet, and he reaches over and presses the button again. Just had a lot on my mind. Uh, you would potentially remember that Elijah is at the, I believe, Sunny Meadows Insane Asylum, which is relatively nearby, but more out in the country because they don't put those in the middle of cities.
That good country air, it'll make you right.
Hmm. I mean, I don't want to exacerbate his situation or make it worse. I don't know if I used that word correctly. Um, by going in and asking him a ton of questions.
I mean, I get that, but I think it's kind of important to talk to him just to at least kind of fully close the case. I mean, we should at least find out what, like, where he found the symbol or why he added it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, I will figure out Mr. Singh's new contract, and you all can go take care of that. I will. Well, okay. No, I don't have any excuse for you all to get into a mental hospital. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to figure that one out yourself. Good luck, and I guess I'll get your flights booked for tomorrow then, unless you expect it to take longer than that.
Without an end, I had no idea.
while we're on the way to the hospital, can I take can I take two of the circuits and one of them, can I wire it correctly as just like a switch to go like as like normal?
Sure, you can
Like
turn a
is the
circuit into a normal switch.
is the circuit visible or is it like under some kind of like in a box
It's
type thing?
I am imagining like it's in a box. It's
Okay.
like almost a wooden box, but it's probably more made of plastic.
Okay.
But yeah, you can certainly turn it into a normal switch. It works if you set it up correctly. It works at the normal speed.
Perfect. I do so.
All right, you have done so. Alicia was very sweet and brought me dinner.
That is very sweet.
You didn't bring enough for the whole class?
No. In fact, I think I have the last of it.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be enough for us.
Bit rude, innit?
Well, sometimes that's how life goes. Sometimes you just have an amount that is what the amount is. But thank you. I appreciate it immensely. Yeah, you can rent a car or rent a car or rent a car, I think, to get to the hospital. Do you have a specific plan of attack
I think
for
I think
this?
Lydia and I would have driven down.
Oh, that's true. You can take a car or take a car or rent a car.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Um, well, in terms of getting in, maybe we could pretend to be from the university. Say that we came as like just a follow-up of good faith, and to let him know that if he ever feels like he's able to, he can come back.
It's an option.
Oh. I was kind of wondering if we put the two boxes in front of him, if he would gravitate towards one of them, if he would gravitate towards the one that was odd, or how he would react to just the regular one. But that might be towards the end once we've got the information that we need.
I don't want to trigger anything latent.
Yeah, I don't want to trigger something and lose our opportunity to learn the information.
Well, as long as they don't check us before we go in. I don't know how you would describe that to them.
What's this? Definitely not a bomb.
Yeah.
To be fair, we're in the 90s. This is before, all that scarce.
It distinctly doesn't look like a bomb. However, I would agree that were you to just walk in with two of these in your hands, they probably would not let you see him.
Yeah. Take a look at this.
All right, so
But no, we
your
should definitely get the information. That's the priority.
your tactic is we are from the school, we want to check in on him.
Yeah, I think
I
just
suppose.
say that we want to chat with him and let him know directly, you know. Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
I felt like out of character, like assuring you that it's okay. So that was great. All right, yeah, it's not too far of a drive. And with the vehicles of the people who do live in California, fair enough, Tom, you're able to get there with ease. It seems to be a. It's not locked down particularly tight, but it is very clearly has some features designed to keep people in, as perhaps some individuals might be flight risks who are getting treatment here. It seems like a rather nice facility, and you are able to go into a kind of lobby that has a very sterile feel, sterile, and it does appear that you have arrived during visiting hours, so the fact that you are unrecognized does not immediately throw anyone into disarray. There is a front desk as well as a few people who seem to kind of be milling about the general area of the front portion of this building. Some in scrubs, others looking like there may be patients who have a little bit more freedom.
I almost just choked laughing, remembering what Tom tried to do last session when he was talking to that one lady.
Yeah, you guys are
do
checking
not
me into the
recommend
mental
the
hospital now.
stroke option. But I would hate to hamper your creativity, so if you want to go have a stroke in front of the receptionist, go right ahead. You are greeted quite immediately upon entrance, and they ask if you are here to check someone in or see a patient. What is this,
Lydia looks
Alicia?
to anyone else to please do the social interaction.
This isn't my wheelhouse either.
I can give it a go.
Like it's my time to shine.
Oh, yeah, go for it, Ron. No stroke.
Ron just gets like involuntarily mandated.
Your ex-wife would have a field day with that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I think you mean his
Bitch
bitch ex-wife.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
I apologize.
The proper title.
Yeah, get the
Put some
I would hate
respect
to
on her name.
offend. Yeah, I would hate to offend her by not acknowledging.
Um. mm. This was the classmate.
Yes, this is Elijah. He is a grad student who was attending the university and teaching a class, and now is not doing those things.
Mm. I don't know. Like they're not going to just let anyone in.
Why didn't you say this when we were coming up with the plan? If you didn't like the plan.
I was away. I had to show Morgan
Okay.
something.
Is there something else you want to do instead of saying we're from the university? Or did you not hear that part?
I forgot that part. I mean, they'll probably ask for like identification.
That's the 90s.
I mean,
Let me look it up.
90s is
Was
when
there
HIPAA came in.
identification in the 90s?
Was driver's license were actually invented in 2006.
I'm sorry, what
Yeah, but, like-
driver's license do you have that has your job on it?
I had
No,
an
I
ID
was just-
when I went to community college. Like,
I'm
it's not
just being obnoxious.
Yeah, student IDs, yes. But driver's licenses?
I was being
What year?
obnoxious.
What
It's
year are we in again?
96. It is
Oh, that's
March.
right when HIPAA came into place. You said
Damn
it's
you,
March?
HIPAA?
It's March
March what?
18th.
Oh yeah, March 14th is when HIPAA came into play.
It might not be implemented yet.
This might be a private institution. They might not be ahead of it.
Mm,
They might not have trained anyone yet.
there we
'Cause you
go.
know they need training.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Signed into law on August 21st, 1996. I don't know why it was coming up with. So yeah, we're good.
Okay,
Oh yeah, HIPAA doesn't exist yet. Wow.
Fuck
So-
you, HIPAA.
Hell
as
yeah.
a reminder, the plan that we're doing is we're saying that we're from the university. We came just to do a checkup on the guy and to let him know that if he ever wants to come back, that we will try to make accommodations for him. Just like a general nicety, essentially.
Hi, Kaiser. You barfy bitch.
Tom, do you
Tom,
still want to lead this, or do you want someone else to do it?
I mean, do I really have the gravitas of someone that is from the university? I think I'll pass. I'll simply stand there quietly with my mustache doing the talking while someone else
I'm glad you
talks.
volunteered and didn't know what you were doing.
Oh, I was joking volunteering.
Oh,
I was
okay.
joking because of the
Tom,
last time I tried
everything
to.
you say sounds the same. I can never tell when you're joking or serious
I
unless it's
came in.
based
I
on
said
the actual
it's my
context.
time to shine because I
And
faked
that's
having a
exactly what
stroke
you
the
would say
last
if you were going to do it. Don't even get
No.
me yet. I have DM'd for you for too long.
No, I disagree.
All right. This by default goes to Mark. Mark, would you like to say anything, or do you guys just enter the building?
I will
Noah
say
can say
something.
Go, Noah.
No, Noah said he didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, mental
Damn.
health doesn't exist yet for
All right, go ahead, Mark.
veterans. So
All right.
Who ever heard of a PTSD? That sounds like a sexually transmitted disease.
All right. I'm ready. Hi. How are you?
Hi, I am okay. Are you here to see someone?
Uh, yeah. I'm sorry, out of character. What's his last name? Has that been established?
Yes, Elijah Fielding.
We're from UC Berkeley. And we were just wanting to, we were kind of involved in the department. He was a grad student here. We just or there. We just wanted to check in on him and see if there's any way we could support him. Let him know that when he's when he's feeling better, we'd love to have him back. We still have a place for him. Just want to check in on him. Is that something we could do? Elijah Fielding.
Let me check his restrictions, see if there's anything. She goes and she gets a file, and she sets it down and then is immediately called away as one of the other patients who has been granted access to the front area seems to be throwing something at an orderly and is quite likely to quickly lose their access to the front area. So she has left your presence for a moment with a file.
Well,
Let's at least make sure that we can get in. Like, if there's one thing we can do while she's distracted, it's to probably uh at least make sure it's marked down that he can have visitors.
I mean, I feel like she'll say as much when she comes back. I mean, I don't really want somebody to
Out of
notice us
character, I'm
peeking.
talking about modifying it if we need to.
Oh,
Lydia would never
Mm.
suggest that. She is terrified because she knows you're going to look at the file, and she's going to kind of lightly push Clive and Ron as like to move their bodies to block the view of it.
Okay.
Gladly.
All right, big man body block.
is that what we want to do?
Can we also see if anyone's signed in to visit for them?
Sure.
Normally they have like a little sign-in desk or sign-in sheet.
Yeah, Ron, as you stand there, you can glance down at the sign-in sheet. You see a couple other fieldings in and out throughout the past few days. No other names you recognize immediately, and they don't list who people are going to visit in the log, but there are definitely people you assume are probably his parents. Mark, if you would like to look at the document in front of you, you can give me a quick check to see how much information you can glean.
What check?
Let me. I still have Call of Cthulhu checks in my brain, so I always have to look through these and decide which one makes the most sense. Let's just do a search.
And is the file open?
Yeah, she would have left it open because she was trying to look in it.
Okay.
You get enough information to know that it sounds like he is in the higher security ward, but you don't see anything about explicitly if he could have visitors or not.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's in a higher security area, so I don't know how that affects our chances, but I'm assuming did I see like it was? Yeah, no, I didn't see anything about whether or not we could. But yeah. Okay, so I guess I don't know how do we want to proceed from here?
Clive, as you have been moved to body block between the discrepancy of behavior and appropriate behavior, you can tell that this patient is a woman. She seems quite agitated, and she is giving the orderlies a run for their money in a way that someone with nothing left to lose kind of can, you know?
Okay. Worth noting. Sorry if there's noise in the background.
No, it's all good. Is your brother playing Fortnite?
He's not my brother, but yeah.
Ah, your roommate's playing Fortnite. Fair enough. Lydia, you see that they don't have HIPAA laws. I don't have anything to give you specifically. I'm sorry.
Well, is anybody else able to see the sheet that could do a search, or
I'm technically there.
Yeah, if you want to, I mean, if you want to both glance over the thing and both make searches, I would accept that, as you are not actively doing anything else.
Okay.
oh, you hate to see
Lydia,
that.
you feel as if this is morally wrong. I'm sorry, I can't actually determine that for you. That's just how I.
No, she super would feel really bad about this.
I mean, to be clear, it is.
That sure is a failure.
I don't have anything to give you on a failure and a critical failure. I apologize.
Yeah, no, totally.
There is an alarm that is starting to ring out.
Okay, like, is it like an alarm like we need to get out of here or get out of the way, or can we tell? We probably
Or
can't.
get into his room.
It is people are being drawn to the scuffle that is happening nearby. Kind of alarm.
Oh, I don't know if it's appropriate, but maybe we should help. She kind of looks over at Clive, seeing if he is willing, and definitely not telling him, or
Well,
necessarily, like, she's more like, if anyone's going to probably go over and do it, Clive makes the most sense.
Yeah, it could help. If we're not going to use this distraction to our advantage further, then yeah, I could go and try to restrain.
I
this
mean,
one.
yeah, I'll look to see. Did we find what room he's in by searching the files? Have we tried that?
So I think the result of your failure and critical failure means that to find the room number, someone would have to pick up the file. I am not saying that that would necessarily be hard, but it is something you would have to do.
Um, I mean, hey, alarm's going off. People are distracted. I'll pick it up.
Okay. Can you just give me a general stealth-y roll?
Oh no. Like a stealth roll
Uh, I don't think there's a sleight of hand
or
equivalent.
luck?
Uh, I will allow luck in this situation, sure. I hate.
Because otherwise we're working with a 10 here.
I can check mark.
Ugh.
Okay. You reach
Womp womp.
for the page right as the door opens to like the back area, and you with a
I
58
quickly
that's a
transition to just leaning on my hand.
yeah, you don't necessarily get caught, but you super don't accomplish your goal. I think
Yeah.
with that roll. The man rushes out of the door to the back and past you guys.
Dang, we are not rolling well.
All right, I guess I'll go help
Walked
them.
past us.
Yeah, he moves past you towards the scuffle.
Okay. Is there anyone coming behind him as well, or no?
Not that you see. He appears to be a doctor, whereas most of the people out here are more orderlies and nurse types. He is approaching the woman saying something along the lines of, "Now, Marie, you know you have to take your medicine. You can't keep doing this. We thought we had been over this." Marie
I mean, the
continues
moment
to
he's
throw
out, I'm
hands.
going for it again.
Okay.
Good for her. This is also good for us.
Sure. If you try again, you get it.
Hey.
But search the book. Search the book. Tom, find what you're looking for. Yes, on the second page.
Single digit, baby.
On the second page, there is clearly information about which room he's in. He is in D43.
Okay.
Which appears to be on the second floor. Clive, would you like to go help with Marie?
I'd probably just make things worse. Let's be real.
Maybe that's good. Maybe maybe you can get a stern talking to while your compatriots do something incredibly stupid somewhere else.
You said room D43?
Yep.
I don't think that's a better distraction than her.
No, fair enough. All right.
Sweet.
If you all would like to continue to stand there, eventually they start to get Marie settled down and seem to be escorting her towards the back as well. The receptionist comes back, unless there's anything you want to do in the meantime, and she says, where were we? I'm so sorry. You're here to... Oh, Elijah.
Yeah, no worries. That got pretty intense.
Yes, I don't know why Dr. Geller keeps insisting that she's ready for more freedoms when she... Well, I suppose it's not my place to say. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. I'm glad everybody's okay.
Anyway, let me take a look at his paperwork here. I'm sorry. Elijah is currently needing extra treatments, and I do not believe we can have visitors to him without his parents' express consent.
Yeah, they had kind of mentioned that room D23 was maybe a little intense, pretty locked up. Can't say I'm super surprised. Maybe we should have called first.
I'm sorry. Who told you his room number?
Parents.
Oh, you talked to his parents, but I'm sorry. Were they supposed to call and put you on the list? I don't.
They had mentioned as such, but they with everything going on, I super understand. I mean, they're pretty stressed out. But maybe we can just come back at a later date.
Yeah, that.
I guess I should consult the team, like out of character. Like, how do we? I mean, how do we kind of want to go about this? I'm kind of trying to like see if I can subtly nudge, given stress levels of the nurse that, like, I mean, is this a
Um,
direction we want to go down, or do you guys have something else you want me to try, or?
Well, oh shoot, I did promise I'd give the parents an update after we checked in on him. Um, and it's might be a while before we get the time to come back out here. The board's not going to be happy about the change of plans, or for us not actually doing what we were supposed to.
It's not about it. I've told you this. It's not about what the board wants. It's about what's best for Elijah.
Oh no, absolutely agree with that. Uh, I absolutely do. Um, she looks flummoxed by the pushback because she thought she was helping.
No, she is. I'm trying to play off of that. As if like
No,
this, these are real discussions that have happened, even though they
I
haven't. I'm
absolutely.
sorry.
I used to work with him, and it it's really awful to, that it's come to this, and uh, we want to support our students any way we can.
All right, you two may choose someone to give a persuade with a +20 from the other person.
Jesus Christ, it's probably gonna be you.
What is my persuade? My persuade is 50.
So it'd be a 70 with a
42.
+20.
Yeah,
What'd you say,
go. You
Lisa?
you go.
Okay. Hello?
Ooh.
Woo!
The woman just kind of sighs and says, "All right, I will assume that his parents just didn't get a chance to communicate with us because of everything going on. Maybe a friendly face would help. You said you had worked with him before?
Yes, we were in the same department.
Ah, yes, maybe a friendly face will help. I'm not sure. 4 of you is maybe a bit much for him, though. Could you elect less than that, maybe, to communicate your well wishes?
I'll stay here.
All right.
I can stay back too if anybody else wants to go.
You might be one of the best
You're
people to
probably
go
the best one to go.
because you actually kind of understand what happened, like the
Right.
circuit stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our two academics are gonna go.
All right.
Right.
Sounds good.
All right. You choose Mark and Lydia as your emissaries into the home. All right. You guys are led through a front area that is still, or you're led into the back section of the hospital and made to wait in a sort of visitors room where a few patients seem to be sitting at tables with loved ones and talking. Um, After a little bit, Elijah is brought in there as well. He is a young man with uh, entirely too long hair that seems to be in drastic need of a cut. Definitely something that isn't just long hair for the style of it. It's just a haircut that needs to be maintained. He is wearing a straitjacket and looks kind of confused at his surroundings. He is brought in
It's
by
so wrong.
two orderlies who guide him gently over to your table and then sit nearby, but giving you guys a bit of privacy. The young man kind of looks at both of you and says, "D- d- d- do I know you?"
Can the orderlies hear us at all? Or like,
They're more at a like observing distance than a overhearing distance,
right?
especially if you talk quieter.
Okay.
There's kind of some white noise machines going on in the background. It is a room designed to be visible but not necessarily overhearing the various tables, as there are plenty of people having conversations that are probably kind of private.
Yeah. Man, those machines make me sick to my stomach. Gosh, I hate those things. Um, Hi, Elijah. My name is Mark, and I was just wanting to see how you're doing. We have a couple questions for you, if you're willing to answer them.
I
You
don't think I get to be willing to do anything. I just think things that they just happen.
That's fair. Oh, we met with your old I- roommate, Sin.
Lab mate.
What?
Lab mate. We shared a lab.
Oh, yeah. I thought you guys lived together. I'm sorry.
No. Um. What about him? He also doesn't control things.
What you were working on a project um, about electricity, and I am just fascinated to learn a little bit more about it. Um, the light, it comes on before you activate it, before you push the button. Uh, Singh had mentioned that the circuitry was mostly kind of prodded along by you in the shape that it took. He said you didn't quite know what you were doing, or you didn't quite remember where you had seen it before, but I'm just wondering, as you've sat on it longer, if you do remember, or something or anything. Sorry, I got an important message from work. I might need to take a second. I'm sorry.
No worries.
No problem.
We'll give Aiden a second. Because
Okay, yeah, we're good.
Okay. I'm glad everything's okay.
Yeah, just a big event going on. I'm pseudo on call.
Fun. That's my favorite. Right. He when you bring up the circuit, he looks kind of uncomfortable. Which is probably quite fair because he is, currently in a straitjacket. Uh
Mhm.
it it controls things it shouldn't control. Um I it I think it was from a book. I I, I like
What
books.
book?
Um
It's okay. It's okay if you can't answer.
it,
I want you to. I want you to know that there's no pressure to answer any of these questions. We appreciate any answers, but
it was at the shop. The the bookshop that wasn't there. I got my textbooks there and they had such weird sections. I browsed for hours and I saw books and I couldn't find it again.
it was at the bookstore at UC Berkeley,
No, off campus.
off campus. Do you know how far away from the campus it was?
Walking distance.
Walking distance. Book, was it the Ars Goetia? It's a very strange book.
He doesn't no like recognition flashes in his eyes at that name. He just kind of shrugs. I don't I don't know. It no. No? No.
No. Does the name, does the word, I'm sorry, does the word Orabus mean anything to you?
He looks confused and then kind of shakes his head. No. We should be the ones to make decisions, not it. It's not fair.
It is shocking.
Who's
Sorry.
making? Don't know. Who's making decisions?
The button.
The button doesn't do anything until you decide.
But but it but it uh, yes, I decide. And he starts to get very worked up and he kind of just keeps repeating that I decide, not it. I decide. And one of the orderlies kind of moves a bit closer to you guys.
Within hearing distance or still?
Uh, yes, especially at the current volume that Elijah is repeating this.
Um, was I okay? All right. How do we want to do this? Where do we
He
where do
said
we
he
want to go
got
from
it
here?
from a bookstore, right?
Yeah,
But he doesn't know what it was called.
correct.
Um, do you remember anything else that was near the store? Like another like
The
store that you do know the name of, a restaurant, anything?
the, the bookstore's gone.
Okay, do you know what's there now? Like, can you remember anything that used to be by it? You know,
It it's an ice cream shop now.
oh, okay, okay. Do you know the name of the ice cream shop?
He is like thinking really hard and he kind of just uh, gives you the most generic ass sounding ice cream shop name.
Hmm. How did you get there? Did you drive, take the bus?
You can walk from campus.
Okay, that's really helpful. Thank you. Is there anything you want us to tell Sin? He's been worried about you.
He looks at you, Lydia, and there's a moment of kind of clarity in his eyes. And he says the only choice he can make is to destroy it.
Okay. I lean over to Marcus. I wouldn't show it to him.
Yeah, I don't think we should. Um, I did briefly have the idea of pulling out the box that works properly and just being like, here, you can decide. And then when it anyway, but that might be it's yeah, it might just be best to just not even do the box.
That's the fun part. You get to decide. Do you do the box?
Well, are there any other questions that anybody can think of?
I think, at least for me, I think I'm good. Like, we have a general idea of where to find it, and
Hmm.
we could maybe get the name from it that way.
Right. Hmm.
He didn't say he bought the book, right?
No, he said he was browsing.
Okay. Did you happen to buy any book from there? Not necessarily
Textbooks.
the one you talked about. Okay,
My
so they had
textbooks that
normal
semester.
textbooks there too?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I decide.
You decide.
Okay.
I got one more question about the book. Just the name. I just sometimes when I can't remember things, it helps to when people jog my memory. Was it just out of the blue? Was it called Occult and Oddities? If you even remember.
Um, the shop?
No, the book.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's it. That's it for me. Um,
All right. Congratulations, you have successfully talked to him without triggering him too much. And you can.
Man, dude must have had a sanity of like 20.
No, his sanity was 0. Um.
Oh, I mean,
Hit.
like for that to send him over the deep end, you know?
Oh yeah. I don't. They didn't really mention where he
University student.
started.
Yeah.
Like I saw a bear once, and I went into a building that made 0 sense, and I was fine. And he can't handle a button.
He can't handle a button. Sometimes life is rough.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you can group back up at the front. Um, Clive and Ron, what do you get into in the meantime? Do you just stand there awkwardly as two imposing dudes?
I think I'm making bets on which patients are going to be fighting and stuff.
Classy.
I don't think that's really up my alley. um,
I'm betting with myself.
yeah. You're probably just sitting there. Like,
No, that's
there's not a lot of
completely valid.
recreation to do. Yeah.
I just didn't want to jump over you guys if you had something you wanted to do.
I'd probably just be reading magazines and stuff, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. All right. You all may gather up, catch up to speed, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, specifically, Lydia at least focuses on the store, the ice cream thing. I think it might be a good idea to try and find where the place is and see if we can get from the current owners who owned the last one.
I've decided I'm naming it Jerry's Gelato.
I love that, but that's not ice cream.
Look, my guy, he's going through a rough time.
No, that's no excuse. Put some respect on it. Come
In
on.
the gelato name.
Yeah. In Jerry's name. Come on, man. So, is it Jerry with a G or Jerry with a J?
It's with a G, and it's like a very big G that goes between the Jerry and gelato.
I'm gonna look up and see when Jerry's Gelato came out.
Jerry's Gelato is not a real place. Unless it is. At
Well,
which
we're
point,
about to find out.
my bad. That wasn't my intent.
Looks like you're in the clear.
I'm in the clear. Excellent.
I know that was important.
All right. Would you like to head to Jerry's Gelato, or what's
Sure.
the plan? All right.
I don't think we really have
Oh, I'm
anything else to
gelatoing.
do.
All right. Ron is excited.
I feel like
for the
Ron only
gelato.
heard that there was ice cream and he's like, that's all I need.
Yeah.
Okay. You all find Jerry's Gelato near the UC Berkeley campus in the May. I almost said mail book. That's not what it's called. In an address book. Phone book? Phone book. You get the address, and I need all of you to roll me a. Let's do luck or occult.
Luck or occult?
Yep.
You know, play the long game here. Oh my god. I was
Sniper.
trying to raise my occult. God damn it.
What the fuck?
I
This
was
is a
trying to level it
fascinating
up.
turn of events.
Mark
That's
had the
amazing.
highest one and he... Come on, Noah, roll it. Do 3 for 3. Ah, beans. You still rolled better than him though.
That's amazing.
All right. I need someone to break the tie with a general luck.
I'll do it.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Womp
You
womp.
find Jerry's Gelato.
I'm sorry.
Yay.
Oh!
That's so sad.
There are a number of college-age people in the gelato place eating gelato. The owner is a fat man with a beard, dark hair, who is clearly Jerry, as that is what his name tag says. And it is his
Is it
gelato
Jerry
store.
with a G?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What you gonna be mad at Jerry with a G?
I'm
He's
just
providing
noting
the
it.
children with gelato.
I'm just noting it.
They're college students. They're not children. But
He's
you're right.
providing the children with gelato.
It is a sacred duty that he performs.
He keeps his business open late so that they may sup of the delicious Italian iced cream.
That's it. I'm moving to wherever UC Berkeley is.
California.
Yeah, I'm moving there.
Well, nice knowing you.
You make it
I
sound like he
assume-
dies as soon as he goes to California.
I mean, basically. Ron, there are many good flavors of gelato. There is, however, a sign that says only 3 samples per customer. A very generous policy.
That is extraordinarily.
That's pretty generous. To reward their generosity, I will not take any samples because I know they probably lose so much money from all these college kids getting 3 samples and then, leaving kind of thing. So I am going to skip samples, and I'm going to get 3 scoops, 1 vanilla, 1 pistachio, and 1. Let's go blood orange. I'm gonna just
Ah,
say that they've got that.
they do. You've unlocked my secret. No.
What are the odds?
You got your ice. I'm sorry, your gelato.
Nice.
Careful.
Jerry seems like a chill dude.
Hell yeah, brother.
As you all look around, this is, if this was ever a bookstore, it was a terrible bookstore. It is a small ice cream shop that uh, does not seem to have much space outside of the seating and bar area.
Um, well, Clive and Ron, do you guys want to take this one?
Huh? Like mouthful of pistachio ice cream.
Do you want to ask about the store that was here before?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
You know, this is pretty good piece of real estate you got here.
Thank you.
Oh. Must be hard for, got to be rare for property close to Berkeley of all places to pop up, right?
My, I, I inherited it from my father, Jerry Senior.
Love that.
God rest him.
Oh.
So, did he own the bookstore?
What? No, it's always been a gelato shop. And he points to a sign that says established in 1950.
Did he write a on gelato? Because this is.
I have no idea what Tom said. He cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying, did he write a book on gelato? Because this is good stuff.
No.
Oh, well, I thought this had been a bookstore. Someone said it had been. I'm sorry.
Nope. Just gelato.
Oops, all gelato.
Okay. Hi, Razzo. Yes, I love you. Okay.
Um, would you like some gelato? Or
I mean, I ordered some already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll have some gelato.
I have no money.
you have money. You were a grown adult.
That's where you're wrong, Puckaroo.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, I'll take some gelato.
Yeah. You buy some gelato. Unless you want to ask him more questions, which you are certainly free to do, I will take seek rolls when you leave the building.
Seek?
Seek.
I don't have seek.
Is that not what it's called? Search.
Oh my gosh.
Nope, that's me.
Well, if he doesn't know anything, he kind of just doesn't know anything.
That brother knows how to make some gelato. Oh my gosh. Homie.
It is
This stuff's
very good
good.
gelato. You understand how his family has held this business for the past 40 years. Unfortunately, he does not seem to know anything about a bookstore.
Well, you said 40 years. What was it before? I get up to go scary.
He would dig into the annals of his mind and tell you
To
that
the what?
Thank you. Yes. Uh, and tell you that he thinks his dad probably bought it from uh, a factory owner, as it is a converted old factory of generic materials that they were building in the 50s in California. I will not elaborate further.
Okay. Fair.
Orange juice crate factory.
You know what? I respect that.
Yes, orange juice crates. It's shockingly the orange juice crate specific business.
Actually, they just made asbestos.
You know, they just
Just
they didn't even
disgusting.
make it. They just gathered it and licked it.
No, you're supposed to breathe that.
Yeah, you
gotta
gotta
get the
inhale it.
methane in, huh? Yeah.
You gotta snort it.
Well, that's why they went out of business.
Hey,
They
you don't
weren't
wanna
good at
waste
it.
it.
Too
Did
many
not
people were
consume
snorting
enough
it.
asbestos.
Asbestos.
Okay. So, I mean, I assume we trust this guy, right? There's no reason for him to lie that this, you know.
You can roll a human int if you feel the need
I
to
would
double
love-
check.
I'm always looking for an opportunity to roll human int.
You ought to know that on us by now.
You're right. I should have just.
God, I love
my
Lydia's
failure at 16.
14.
All right, guys. Ron. He seems like a genuine dude. The rest of you, why would he be lying about this? He seems like a genuine dude, but you're less sure about it.
I think Mark should know just because he rolled 69.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, go
actually
ahead.
not how the game works.
Lame.
It could be if you want to be.
But I don't know if it is.
What was I gonna say? Okay. Do you, while we're like eating the gelato, do you think this could be weird architecture like the last place? The last building?
So
I mean,
non-Euclidean geometry?
I mean, we
That
just
just
dealt with
means
a building. It's really
Curved.
funny because fucking Lovecraft did not understand what non-Euclidean is, but he tried to use it to be scary. That man couldn't handle math. That's not a joke.
Dandy.
Supposedly when he was younger, his constitution was too weak for math.
So funny.
Anyway, like,
I mean,
okay,
his constitution was also too weak for the concept of people of other skin colors. So,
People,
like,
yeah.
he wasn't
Yeah.
he wasn't exactly known for his constitution.
I did love the story he wrote about the evils of air conditioning. Anyway, she's like, so okay, we were just in a building that like shouldn't have been as big as it was and had a lot of weird stuff going on in there. What if, like, I don't know, it's not that weird to think about like a building that doesn't actually exist or like pops up in places for a short time? Does that make sense?
I mean, it was weird last time too.
No, like yes, it was weird, it's freaky. I still have like nightmares and I'm dealing with it. I more just meant like if we have to accept that that can happen, then it makes sense that this also could happen.
I mean, yeah.
Just coincidentally here as well.
I I mean it isn't it all just a coincidence anyway? I mean, it, the reason we found out is because someone got information that they shouldn't have.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just saying it makes as much sense as I can wrapping my head around what could be going on.
Well, there's nobody missing. That helps.
I mean, whoever ran the bookstore.
Yeah.
Also, I had a quick question for you, Alex.
Yes.
Did you say there were 3 people that weren't showing up for class?
Correct.
Who's the third person? They've never come up, have they?
You know they are a grad student in the electrical engineering department.
Sorry, when you said that, it just kind of reminded me of something. There was a third person who wasn't showing up for their classes. Same department. I don't know if it's
Right.
necessary. I'm sorry, what was that?
Then there might be someone missing after all.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe we can ask Sin if he knows who the person is. Or I guess we can
God.
go back to campus and see. I don't know. I got a weird feeling with all of this that it's linked to something else, and I don't know if we're gonna figure it out, but I feel like I'm gonna be on edge until we get a little bit more info.
Yeah. That's a good
She'd never
call.
be on edge for no reason.
I'm always on edge for no reason. I
You
mean, I
shouldn't
have
exist in the state
reasons.
that you exist.
I have reasons, but my therapist says they're bad.
Oh. Yeah, let's ask Sing. I think we should ask Sing. Sing.
Okay. Um, yeah, let's ask him, and if he doesn't know, we can ask someone from the school again.
Yeah, we could go and have seizures in the university again.
Technically, we didn't know that happened.
I know.
The receptionist is there getting gelato. Hey, isn't that the guy who had seizure?
La 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 la.
Oh, my brother.
Yeah, he does
Brother.
that.
Caesar John.
Seizure John.
Yeah, he was in like one of the wars or something.
One of the wars or something.
Got Gulf War
Oh.
syndrome.
That was all the heavy metals.
Yeah, don't worry about
That good tasty asbestos they stopped producing.
Yeah, ever since they cut him off from his supply, he's...
When did they stop putting lead in gasoline?
the 80s, I think.
Dang, I was gonna say that could have been your excuse.
When the patents expired and they
Well,
decided
that's when
they
he
should just use
started
the thing
having the
that
seizures. Was in the 80s.
they should just use the thing that they already knew worked, which was ethanol.
Dang, it was January 1st, 1996.
For the
Fucking
lead?
what?
Yeah, that's when
Holy
it was
shit!
finally fully phased
We
out.
got my new alibi, boys.
They started in 1973 and it didn't
Okay.
get completely phased out until 1996.
Like probably
Apparently,
like
though,
Wyoming.
it's still used in aircraft, racing cars, farm equipment, and marine engines. Clive, you got an excuse.
I
Nice.
mean, the
Congratulations,
Army and
lead.
Navy would be using JP8 for everything anyway. It's just a thing they do. Which is a type of diesel. Yes, Humvees run on jet fuel.
Sick.
Which, as we know, can't melt steel beams.
No, we haven't established that yet.
No, it has not been established yet.
No, actually, didn't we talk about that? I feel like we made some jokes.
We
anyway.
talked about a first attack on the Twin Towers, which had happened.
You're right. You're right.
And how we had no reason to really talk about it.
Yep.
Haha, 9/11. It's a joke.
I mean, for our age, yeah.
Kind of.
Anyway,
All right.
Apparently,
Back to
when
the-
I was little, because the news was always on and we were watching it, my brother and I built a lot of towers out of Mega Blocks.
oh my God, I can't believe you did 9/11, Noah. How
Yeah.
could you?
All right. With somewhat of a plan in mind, you all finish your gelato. I will still take those search rolls.
What are we searching?
As you leave.
We're searching for a Sikh.
Mm.
Looking for anything suspicious?
This is big.
All right.
Damn, there's
Don't
glass in my
suspicious.
ice cream.
Lydia, you see nothing of note as you all leave.
I dropped my
She
ice
sees
cream.
nothing.
That's
She
just how Lydia is.
That's how she
Oh.
rolls, man.
However, for the rest of you, you see that you see a couple different things. Clive, you see that the alleyway next to the gelato shop has doors in it, and you don't remember seeing them before. Ron, you see something similar. You see a window with a little open...
Sorry, I was distracted. What am I seeing that's similar to what?
You Clive sees some doors that weren't there before.
Okay.
You see
Nice.
a poster that says "Now Open,"
Oh.
and Mark, you see a receipt floating on the wind that looks like a receipt you saw earlier in your life, one for a place called Occult and Oddities.
Oh, I must have falsely written that down. Thought that was the name of the book.
Incorrect. It was the name of the bookshop that was in New York City.
Well, maybe it's a chain.
Traveling book
It's a pop-up.
store.
Yes, pop-up bookstores definitely happening in 96.
Well, do we want to go investigate the doors?
Seems like a good way to start.
Mm.
No, we ignore it and leave.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Goodbye.
ignore it. We don't report it to Marcus, right?
I saw some weird stuff. Didn't
But it is
investigate.
open. Fuck it, we ball, right?
Yeah, let's ball.
I think we're balling.
Ball every day, all day.
You push your way into the bookstore. The little bell above the door rings,
Tinkly, tinkly, tinkly.
and I think that's where we'll probably end for tonight.
All right.
As you are perhaps finding new information.
Woo.
Clive, I promise one day you'll get to punch something.
Yeah,
Don't
neither investigation
give him
has
hope.
been my forte.
Don't give him hope like that,
I will
Alex.
destroy a mall cop. It'll be fine.
No, I promise there are things that are coming for you. They're gonna come and try to attack you. Just not the button, because it's a button.
Yeah, I could have gone and attacked those people with the shotgun in the hallway.
You could have.
It would have been stupid to do that, but I could have done it.
And it was very big of you to not
Oh,
do Page in a mental hospital.
yes, I did not. I did not manhandle a woman in a mental hospital.
Yeah,
I
you
had
know,
the
it's
option to do so.
Must have been a big sacrifice.
The manly urge to use excessive force.
on a mental patient.
It could have worked. You don't know.
Maybe she just needs a strong guiding hand.
That's all she's been needing this whole time. She's been surrounded by these weak doctors.